One of our guys that we've gotten to know has come in before, and he's with us now, Josh Ribeiro. He is part of the Jay Fund, and I would classify you as a cancer survivor, right, Josh?
Yes.
How you doing, bud?
I'm great. Everything's been amazing. I'm just glad to be back.
Yeah?
Raising some more money.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, do you find yourself as a bit of a spokesperson for the Jay Fund and everything that they've been able to do as you go out and about and tell your story?
I do. Honestly, you know, being able to work with so many foundations and being able to get my story out there and, you know, to inform people about cancer is just, it's amazing because, you know, a lot of people don't know cancer and they don't know all about cancer. But once you're personally affected by it, it opens up a whole new world of understanding cancer and really just, it's not like me having cancer. I understand my cancer and, you know, I've learned about other cancers and I've met so many children and so many people who have had different types of cancers. So it's opened up a whole different book in my life of being able to understand and just kind of be there for people.
So Josh, for our listeners who may not be familiar with your story, take us back to when you were diagnosed and kind of the journey to get to where we are now.
Yeah, so October of 2018, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is a blood cancer. And when I was first diagnosed, I just had flu-like symptoms. I was tired, I was throwing up, I was laying in bed, I wasn't able to get any food down, no water. So I got severely dehydrated and my mom brought me to the doctors. They ran a couple tests, just told me, you know, it's the flu, just give him a couple days, monitor him, try to get him some food, some water, just try and get him up back to health. And over the next couple days, I progressively got worse and worse. And my mom's mom instinct kicked in and she's like, this is not just the flu, there's something wrong with you. So we go back to the doctors, they take a couple tests and they saw that my white blood count was off. And they told my mom at first, you know, it could just be a fluke in the system, so don't really worry about it. They sent us over to Baptist Health, another hospital. They took some more blood and I fell asleep. And within 2 hours, my mom came running in the room telling me that we need to get to the hospital immediately. And it was a lot. I had no clue what was going on. I was so sick. I was so in and out of it, going to sleep, waking up, not knowing what was happening. So they got us to the hospital. They get an IV in me, which they were having trouble getting an IV in me because I was extremely dehydrated. So they couldn't find a vein. They tried using a vein thing and they were trying to get something and they were trying to get some type of blood. And immediately they bring us up to the cancer floor and my mom's like, why are we here? And they're telling us it's precautionary, you know, it's just in case. And the whole time, you know, not knowing what's going to happen and not knowing what's going on and them putting us in a room and just telling us all the time, you know, it's precautionary. My mom got no sleep that night. She was up all night freaking out, not knowing what was going on. And I woke up in the morning. My mom got taken out of the room. My dad got taken out of the room with a doctor. I was in there by myself and my mom came back and I could tell on her face something was wrong. My dad went downstairs to try to gather himself. And immediately I said, Mom, listen, you need to tell me what's going on. I can take it, whatever it is, but I need to know what's going on because I knew something was wrong. And she told me I had cancer. And the day I was told, I never really freaked out. I always knew that I was going to get through it. And I knew that this wasn't going to be the end of my life. Like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And February of 2022, I was officially declared cancer-free. I fought 2.5 years of cancer, and I'm about to be 2 years out in February.
Nice. So February 2020, you're officially declared. Awesome.
Yes.
What a story. So Josh, when you go speak for the Jay Fund, do you find it's better because people see a face, or in this case, a voice, and it's easier to connect, and it's easier to sell your story?
I do. I think it's a lot easier, especially with me having the personal experience and being able to, you know what the kids are going through. All cancers are different and everybody reacts to cancer differently. But from my perspective, I didn't have the easiest time. So I kind of can connect and understand with other kids who have cancer. And I like just being able, because I know when I went through cancer, it's hard because nobody knows. Only you know what you're truly going through. Other people you can try and explain it as much as you want, but unless you've truly gone through it, there is no explaining what you've gone through. So with me knowing what it's like and me knowing the struggle that it is, I want to do everything in my power to get my voice out there and let people know, cancer's not rare. no matter how rare people may make it out to be, it's not rare. I was completely fine. I mean, you could never tell I had cancer. I was a kid. I was running out, playing with friends. I mean, I would bike up and down my whole entire street, all around my neighborhood, hang out with friends. And one day it all hit me at once. So
we're talking with Josh Ribeiro. The Jay Fund Radiothon will be coming up November 30th, and we'll be asking people to be there. That is their campaign slogan, and we're going to get you to ask them to be there as well. But you were at a Jaguars game recently. Because
I was.
Yeah, because Tom Coughlin, coach of the Jags, coach of the Giants, it was a special day, a perfect day to invite a lot of Jay Fund, either volunteers, recipients, family, to just kind of take us through that experience, what it was like.
So it was super cool. So we had a tailgate party. So we stayed over at WJXT. We went back there. They hosted a big party. We got a bunch of food, got a bunch of candy. They gave us a bunch of tickets, and then they gave us some bracelets, and they told us we were going to be able to get on the field.
Yeah.
So we went on the sideline, and we all lined up right there, and we were all on the field, and we got to see the Jags come out. We got to see the Giants come out, and it was a super, super cool experience.
So, Josh, for you, when does the Jay Fund kind of enter your world? And now, obviously, sure seems like it's an integral part of your world.
It definitely, I mean, they helped me so much. With me originally getting diagnosed with cancer, my mom was staying in the hospital with me, and my dad was going to work, and we were living off a single income payment. So, you know, we still got to pay for electricity. We got to pay for food. We got to keep the house going. We got to get my sister to school. She was doing softball at the time, so we need to get her to softball on top of me having cancer. And with them providing the financial support that they did, it was, I mean, incredible. With me going through my steroid treatments, I would eat. I would do nothing but eat, to be honest. And they would provide food cards for my mom to go and be able to buy food for me. And with them being able to provide like events and stuff where kids can go and connect with other kids who know what they're going through, it's just magical. It's being able to sit there and talk to somebody who knows what you're going through and to be able to connect with other people. It's incredible.
The importance of the connection to the family as well. Like what the Jay Fund does also is really helpful to family members, right?
Definitely, 100%. You know, it affects the child, but it also affects the whole family. And, you know, when you first hear that cancer diagnosis, there's about 1 million questions running through your head. And it's hard for anybody to answer that. So being able to, for moms and dads, to be able to talk to other moms and dads who their kids going through cancer and to kind of be able to explain some of the things that they're going to be going through, it eases the journey a little bit. And just in siblings as well. You know, we don't really understand how much it affects the siblings, but it does. It affects the whole family at the end of the day. And for the siblings to be able to connect with other siblings who are also watching their sister or brother go through cancer and seeing their ups and downs and being able to talk to them and connect it's very, very important, especially going through cancer.
All right, so let's remind everybody that the Jay Fund Radiothon will be coming up November 30th, and we're going to be asking people to really dig deep. And I want you to look at that framing that's on the wall right there. It says Tom Coughlin Jay Fund, and it says 25 years of being there. And we've been doing this for more than a decade. So that 25 years, they've been helping young people like you. So just remind people when we do talk to them on November 30th what they can do to help.
So, I mean, every donation helps, whether it's the smallest donation that you can make. I mean, it not only helps financially, it helps them cater to events. It helps them get families food, gas, pay for their mortgage, just take that ease off of the family, especially going through something so rough. Just not having to worry about what's gonna happen and knowing that there's somebody there to help you every step of the way. It's very, very important.
So a couple numbers that I want to read off for folks, because as much as our radiothon is going to be November 30th, the drive and the giving can start today. So if you are interested in donating to the Jay Fund and giving to the drive and being there for children who are fighting pediatric cancer and their families, you can text GOAL, that's GOAL, to 243-725. You can do that right now. So you can still get in on the texting. And there also is a link as well, which we're going to be promoting through our 1010XL social media pages. So you can also make your donation online as well. But to Josh's point, some numbers for you guys as you're listening and you're thinking about, I want to donate, which obviously all donations, any donation means a lot. to the Jay Fund, to those of us here at 1010XL. $96 in honor of the 96 kids who are diagnosed with cancer every year here in Jacksonville is obviously kind of a benchmark goal for a lot of people to give that $96 in honor of those 96 young individuals. $250 provides a week of groceries for a family. $500 covers a car payment and a tank of gas to get those children to their appointments. And then $1,010, that donation will cover a mortgage or rent payment for a family tackling childhood cancer.
Yeah, there's just so many ways that you can help them and let them help people like Josh and their families. And like you said, it rings true that everyone in the family is affected greatly by it, the young person that's diagnosed and then the family as well. So look, man, we're super proud of you. You've been kicking butt since then, so keep doing it.
Kicking butt in the video game world, too. That's what we love to hear.
The gamer that is Josh Ribeiro. So listen, I think we'll see you probably November 30th, too. But thank you for coming and hanging with us. And hopefully, you continue to be there for others, just like so many people have been there for you.
Of course.
Thank you very much, buddy. All right, so remember, tcjfund.org. You can go online, find it on social media. There's so much that you can do to help, and we appreciate everybody, and we look forward to November 30th. Be there with the Jay Fund Radiothon.